I complained recently about things not flashing blue on here to notify me of, it was basically the Recall 10.0 video from yesterday. Yeah, you'll notice the time difference considering that was recorded basically 2 days afterwards, and this now says it was 9 days ago. Hi, Exhibit A of this issue in effect. This was not flashing blue. Hopefully I can add this from earlier where you can see it in the background, not flashing blue. So why is it not flashing blue? Either way, who cares? Hildryn Prime Access has been given an end date. Digital Extreme, before I even click on this, please tell me you didn't just edit the post from March. In fact, they didn't. It is dated the 7th of the 7th. Oh, they finally listened to people when people turned around and mentioned the fact that editing old posts means this thing won't appear in the newsfeed where it needs to be. That's beside the point. Yeah. As much as this is great news because we finally have an end date for her, all this is saying you still have 19 days before Wisp Prime actually turns up. Before I scroll any further down, I'm really hoping that they mention who is being vaulted here, because that is more important than Hildryn Prime Access's ending, because, as always, Hildryn Prime, Shade Prime, and the Larkspur Prime will still be available in-game. Their relics will still be dropping. You will still be able to actually get them. And yet again, they have massively dropped the ball on announcing news on their own website because they haven't mentioned who is being vaulted when her Prime Access ends. Because, in case you didn't know, when a new Prime is added, one Prime has to enter the vault. When a Prime Access ends, a Prime enters the vault. They could have ended this a week early. I'm glad they didn't, and they're leaving it running until July 27th, when Wisp Prime actually turns up. There she is there, with the Fullman Prime. To be fair, the Warframe doesn't matter in the slightest. The Fullman is what we need to see, but Wisp Prime more than anything else. In that case, who is going to be vaulted? The last Prime to be vaulted was, when Hildryn Prime Access came out, the following entered the Prime Vault. Gora Prime. Oh no. Gora Prime came out, I want to say middle of 2021. Followed in September of 2021 by Nidus. Entering the Prime Vault next will be Nidus Prime with the Strun Prime and the Magnus Prime. This just means that their relics will no longer be dropping in game. If you have the relics, you can still open them, get the parts, trade for the parts, build the parts, sell the parts. Whatever you want to do with the parts, you can still do it. It just means the relics that contain the Magnus Prime, the Strun Prime, and I cannot believe Nidus Prime is being vaulted already. He's not even 2 years old and already being vaulted. Wow. They really do have a big problem in the next year or so with the Primes. Until, of course, Nidus Prime is brought back for the Prime Resurgence with Vorzai here, which is going to be kind of useful because it means that his Prime accessories will be available here, and I kind of missed them. And that skin for the Necromech actually looked pretty good, but it's kind of Wisp Prime is going to be an amazing Prime frame. She is going to be bringing the Fullman Prime, which is a really good primary. But is Wisp Prime worth Nidus Prime relics not dropping within the system anymore? Yes, he will return inside of the Prime Resurgence eventually, but that list of frames needs to be so big that they need to expand that system to include 3 frames at a time. Or they're just going to be backlogged constantly. Damn. Nidus Prime entering the Prime Vault July 27th and taking the Strun Prime and the Magnus Prime with him. Hildryn Prime Access will be ending July 27th. Taking nothing with her because her relics will still be dropping. The Larkspur Prime will still be dropping in the game. The relics for it, Shade, same thing. They will still be dropping. The only thing that will be going will be Shade's Prime accessories and her tiny little Sandana. Everything else is still available in the game. It's just her Prime access is gone. You won't be able to buy her for money. But coming on July 27th, when this happens, Wisp Prime will be turning up. With her Prime accessories, there is going to be a Drifter / Operator get up, and yeah, that's specific to her Prime access. We have her weaponry, the Warfan and the Fullman. I can never remember the name of that Warfan at all, but it's the Fullman Prime I'm looking forward to more than anything else. Oh, and of course, Wisp Prime. Oh, the Gunson Prime. So it's the Gunson Prime that does look really nice, especially with the energy between the blades, and the Fullman Prime with Wisp Prime. Really, really looking forward to Wisp Prime. It's not like she's going to be a month late or anything. Month and a half. Not like they've done this, so Hildryn's Prime access doesn't say that she's 120 days old or anything like that either. Prime access usually lasts about 90 days, because that's how long the boosters last. Once every 3 months. 4 in a year. But sadly, the past few years they haven't been releasing 4 frames, so yeah. Prime access is catching up very quickly to a point where it's not that long of a wait till Calevo Prime. In fact, it's not that long of a wait until some other really good frames. Wisp Prime first, July 27th. And with that, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.